Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that I have on my mind. Hopefully, I won't have too many interruptions. That's the whole reason why I've decided to do this like this, um, not live. That way, I can get my thoughts across. Um, I was gonna take notes and stuff, but of course that didn't happen. Um, but I just have a few things on my mind I want to talk about, and um, something important too that we really need to discuss, and I need your guys' help with. Um, so basically, yesterday I had spoke to Tiffany Marie for I'm serious, guys. We were on the phone for almost like 6 hours. It was like a really amazing phone call. Um, Anything I can do, to help at least like take away the just try to help distract her mind for a little bit. Um, I want to be able to do that. Because I can't honestly think of anything more traumatic than what she is going through right now. But surprisingly, like she's like doing like so amazingly well. I mean, I really was really worried. I'm not gonna lie. Because I've always known Tiffany's son to be her whole world, okay? I don't want to be on camera because I don't know how I don't want to get nervous and if I start crying or whatever because it's like it's really like traumatic situation and that's what Tiffany best describes it as. It's traumatic. Um, Anyways, I would, I honestly, I've been really careful because of the drama going on in the community. Like, it's really put Tiffany in a bad position. Um, because obviously she's really cared about Benny, and then me and her had gotten, became really good friends, like, especially the last, like, 9 months, like, especially, but, like, before that, like, I'd say, like, the year before that, we had started, like, talking, definitely, like, there was a period, obviously, when me and her weren't cool or whatever. Um, but throughout this process, we've become, like, pretty close. But at the same time, like, um, unfortunately, because of the drama on YouTube, it kind of put me in a bad position, too, because I wanted, like, Tiffany's very private with her relationships and her friendships, and very loyal person, and I never at a time like this want to put her in a bad position where um where she has to, like, I don't want to cause any more, put her in more bad positions. However, after this conversation, I was like really disappointed to hear, because I've been like tiptoeing and worrying about, like, I didn't want to come to her about anything with the drama with Benny and stuff like that. I was under the impression like he would be like, I mean, I was under the impression that he would be like the number one person there for Tiffany right now, and unfortunately, guys, that's just not the case. Hasn't been the case, and I had no idea. Like, I had no idea that they've only talked in text a couple times since David's passing, and before that, it was very few and far between. I don't know. So I was kind of shocked, honestly. Um, and I'm not trying to, I don't know. The point of me mentioning that stuff is like, what is going on? I mean, like Tiffany just is going through like the worst thing, worst, most traumatic thing you can imagine in her life, and Benny's more worried about going after me um and seeing how bad he could hurt me or get me arrested or do, I can't even contact Benny. Like, Tiffany is really neat, could really use people's eh, help, like as far as like with these funeral expenses. It's much, much more greater than she's way. Benny could probably have had that taken care of, and like if he would have spent this time, like he could have done a live, like a 2-3 hour live fundraising live, and had her funeral expenses taken care of in like no time. But and it'd be nice that if I could reach out to Benny and be like, hey, like why don't we could we do something for Tiffany, like to try to help her out. She really wants to get this certain headstone. It's really expensive, and and she's like talking about having to like downgrade, and I don't want her to have to downgrade because, guys, nobody should have to bury their child. Like, it's her only child, and she should have something special to go to for her son, So, I do want to share her GoFundMe and hope that we can come together. Like, other people might be able to help, like, raise the money to cover. I do know, like, there's like 12,000 that is like for that. I know I don't want to get into her personal business, and like she would never ask for help, but like I think it's important that Tiffany has the headstone and the memorial that she wants for her son, because so that she can go there and visit and have a beautiful place to, something beautiful. What she wants something nice for her son, and something she made, something really beautiful, and has this quote that's something like David had said he had got saved soon before he passed, and like he was always really scientific type, so it really was amazing, like his transformation into accepting, God, Jesus. So it's just a really beautiful story. So I'd like to be able to hope that we could come together and do that for her, guys, and raise that money for her. Like, instead of being so, like, people being so, like, why can't we do something good, Like, conspiring, like, people, it's crazy. Like, I don't know what I've ever done to Benny or Dolly. Benny's bringing up something from 5 years ago that I've already apologized about. And it's ridiculous, guys. Like, I've already apologized about that, but when you terrorize, when you go real life on somebody, that's kind of what you get in return, Benny. There's consequences to actions. And it's so sad to see somebody with so much potential throw it all away. And throw away, I mean, like, I'm just, like, kind of flabbergasted to find all this out, like, to be honest. Because here I am, like, being, like, which I want to stay away from this. I don't want to go back and forth with these people anyway. But, like, it just blows my mind that Benny cares too much. Do you guys understand the things that these people have said about Tiffany's son? The people that Benny has been coming, the type of shit that they put him through himself, and now he's besties with them. These gross people who live with, like, one of them lives with a pedo, another has 14 mugshots, like, and these are his favorite people now. And that's what he's putting his time into. So, does he not remember the stuff like 6up couldn't be bothered praying for Tiffany's son? Does he remember the stuff Ryan said about Tiffany's son? How about all this circle jerk saying, basically trying to act like she deserved it? Like, these is his besties, I don't know, dude. I don't know what's gotten into you, Benny, but I've never fucking done anything to you. And, Tiffany has never, like, shared with me anything about her relationship with Benny. She's extremely private, and I would never put her in any position anyways to, like, I didn't want to bring her in this drama. I was trying to protect her from this shit, and I was praying that the Benny even knows, like, at the very beginning when he first started coming after me, and this, Benny, because I sent you a voice clip, and I can play it for everybody, and I even told you, I go, do you know what position this puts Tiffany in? And guess what? You failed. You did not even fucking care. And that was just something I came up with myself. Like, I didn't even, like, when I said something about basically the same thing on Ernie's panel, I felt so bad for even bringing Tiffany up. But, because I don't want to cause more problems, but, Anyways, hopefully, the GoFundMe I have in the description of this video, and I know, like, I don't, she had, for a year, was always having to go from hospital to hospital, always on the road. On top of that, having to pay the bills for her place, that she had. But also, she had to keep that up also. And Now there's these funeral expenses, and if you guys can help, I really just don't want her to have to downgrade on the um, type of headstone that she wants for David. I don't know. It's just more expensive. This has all been a little bit more expensive than I think that she thought, and yeah, it would be amazing if we could all come together and try to do something for David. You know what I mean? He was only 20 years old, and it's just crazy. I felt like this would be something that Benny would be doing, but he's too worried about attacking me. So, anyways, guys, I think that's all I have to say right now. I don't know. I really hope that that would be amazing if we could do this, guys. I mean, it's one thing when somebody who's lived a full life passes, and it's somebody who's like had a full life, but like we're talking about Tiffany's only child who was 20 years old, and he had his whole life ahead of him, like, and had the best attitude and smile on his face during the whole process, guys. The most amazing I mean, I can't tell you just a short time of having, like, knowing him, because Tiffany's always been so protective of him. You guys know that. Like, I never even heard his voice until he was on my channel, guys. Never heard his voice in the background or anything, anywhere. Why? That's because Tiffany was, her whole world revolved around her son. So, yeah. He was a pretty special kid, guys. And I mean, all kids are special, but this is one of the most traumatic situations I've ever witnessed. I can't think of anything worse. So, yeah, I don't think that would be too hard for us to raise like 10, 15,000 to help her with funeral costs, guys. The medications and the medical bills were so astronomical. Like, I mean, like the hotel trips, having to leave at a whim. So, yeah, if you guys would like to help, that would be amazing. And I know there's many amazing people in this community who would love to. And I just told Tiffany I really want to, try to help. I just think that there's a lot of people that would want to. I wish I had it. You know what I mean? Or, I don't know. If there's anybody that cuts stone that could get her, or that makes these headstones, maybe they could get her a better price, too. That's another option. So it hasn't been paid for, like the headstone. That's the main thing left to be covered. Pretty much everything else is covered, from my understanding. So, I think that is it, guys. Yeah. So the link to the GoFundMe is in the description, and keep your prayers going for Tiffany, and if there's any other creators that would be able to like help, do something to help fundraise for Tiffany, that would be amazing. Like, this is not just I don't like I you know what I mean? Like, that would it really be amazing if everybody could come together and do something good, you know what I mean? Instead of all this like hate. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.